Today on the Roadhouse, we're going to take you around and show you all the projects. Let's get this thing started. The Roadhouse is sponsored by Speedy's Industrial Coatings in Ozark, Missouri. They do media blasting, powder coating, big or small, they do it all. Tell them the Roadhouse sent you. We'll start with the Jeep. This is a 2015 Jeep JKU on 1 tons. They are Ford 2008 Super Duty front and rear, so I do have the Sterling rear. Sorry, it's such a mess. Optima battery. Let's see if I can show you some of this stuff. It's been Raptor lined, the whole inside the engine bay, the whole inside of the tub. I did get the tub, the outside of the tub, but I didn't get it really well because I had a few dings in it that I want to repair. So, let's see the inside. A lot of parts in here. Handles. Smitty build, I think, builds that. Roll bar cover. Gonna Raptor line the complete interior. I'm gonna Raptor line the complete Jeep inside the roof as well. It's all gonna be that tank green. Next on the Jeep is the LS motor mounts. Jordan at Project Cheap is going to take care of that for me. And after that, I'll probably get the LS motor, stick it in. I'm going to use a Holley LSTerminator computer system in it. That's the Jeep. We go to the Nova. Nova is kind of my lean-to here for all the project stuff. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the Nova has 454 installed with a Super T10 transmission in it. All the yellow paint, pretty much, from the outside is already gone. I did a video on that if you want to take a look at it. Wasn't that hard of a project. It's an SS car. It's a original 396 SS car. It was a console car. I'm gonna try to get the stick shift in it to where it is where I can use a console. Hopefully I can get that done. Having running into a few problems with the correct Hurst fitment to where it can come through the factory SS hole there. I don't want to cut up the floor, but who knows if I will or not. That is a 73 or so steering column in it, so it's not all original by any means. All right. Future for the Nova. Go ahead and I got to replace the wiring here because somebody used it for a cut them all out. Somebody cut out all the wiring pretty much, so I'm going to go ahead and replace the wiring for the engine and the lights, see if it gets started. I didn't see the wiring in the dash area too messed up, so I'm probably going to try to keep that for a while anyway. What's next? This is the car I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do a lot of the body work, not the metal work. I'm going to have Shaker Racing do that for me, but I'm going to do a lot of the body work myself, and I'm going to paint it myself. It's going to go back Cortez silver like it was originally. Here's the original paint right in there. I want to kind of do it myself and then drive it around for a few years, and then probably have it professionally redone, or if I get better at this stuff, I'll redo it myself. It did have a vinyl top on it when it was a new car. It was a had all the trim on it, so it was a Cortez Silver 396 Super Sport with a vinyl top, black vinyl top. I'll probably go back that route. All right, next. This is what I call Bandit. Bandit's my 1979 Ford F-250, where I had Shaker Racing convert it to a 7.3 IDI diesel. It's a 3/4 ton. And I'm having issues with the fuel pump. It's doing this runaway diesel stuff, so I am not liking it too much. I'd start it up for you right now, but I got to get some batteries for it. No rust. Maybe a little surface rust, but no rust on it. Maybe I take that back. There's a little in the cab corner right over there. Here's some surface rust where we put in a second tank in it. Future plans for it. I'm going to go ahead and paint it. Probably some sort of a Ford, newer Ford color. This originally was a XLT. This originally was a Lariat XLT, but as you know, when you have all that trim, it causes rust. This is a new bed, new doors, new hood. I think almost everything on this is new except for the cab. Now I do have the interior is still XLT, but that's about it. That's about it on this. And back to the plans for this truck. Go ahead and get it painted. I'll probably get it that Ford Mustang deep charcoal gray or something like that with a black top, like that is right there. That may be about it for this truck. I'm gonna use it for my tow rig for a while. Let's go back down here. This is what I call Bullet. The reason why I call it Bullet is because when I bought it, it had about 60, 70, 80 rounds of ammunition down in the heater vents and up on the dash, underneath the seat, all sorts of stuff. So that's why I call this one Bullet. This one runs and drives perfect. It is great. The only thing I've got to do to this one right now is I got to put a windshield switch in it, and because the windshield wipers aren't working quite right. I put a new windshield wiper switch in it from a 80s truck, a newer one, so I could have intermittent wipers. And after a while, it gave out and just started going crazy, and I had to disconnect it. So this truck is ready for body work and paint. I love this truck. It does need to get one of Shaker Racing's front bumpers on it though. My trailer's gonna need, actually needs nothing, but I'm gonna put new run over fenders on it this summer so I can drive over the fenders. All these trucks, pulling them on this thing is almost impossible. It's a 2,500 pound full diamond plate trailer. I'm gonna have diamond plate fenders on it. Gonna go ahead and replace all of the wheel bearings. I did that about 5 or 6 years ago, so it's probably running on time to get it done. It needs a lot of maintenance this year. New lighting, new LED lighting. Shaker Racing did put on a trailer jack for me. Man, that was nice. This is all Big Red. Right now, it's a Ford 150 four-wheel drive. It's a 77 truck. I want to put this one on a 3/4 ton frame and put the diesel from that truck over there into this. That's the plan for this truck right here. Now this truck has a lot of Bondo in the bed. It's a Ranger, 77 Ranger. It's got all the trim that I despise. There's all that trim that's right there in that dent side. We call these dent sides. All that chrome right there, stuff gets in it and it starts rusting behind it. So I do not like that trim. It's got 38, 39 inch tires on it right now. This thing has a 6-inch spring lift and a 3-inch body lift. I'm gonna bring it down. It does not need to have that much. It's hard to get up in that thing now. The tires are all dry rotted and nasty. But that's Big Red. I don't have very many videos on this truck. It's kind of a one of my first vehicles that I have out of the fleet of cars that I have. You can see all the Bondo there. Somebody shot it with a some sort of shotgun, and it looks like a 50 cal or something went through the bed right there. So I do enjoy this truck though, so I want to one day have it as one of my main trucks. What's wrong with it? I'll tell you what's wrong with it right now is ethanol. Ethanol, if you let it sit in a tank, it will destroy all your rubber and everything. So carburetor went bad on it. So make sure you put 91 or 92 octane, something like that, in your vehicles that have no ethanol in it, especially if you're going to let them sit for any amount of time. That's what's wrong with that. That's it. It's got a 400 in it. It does blow a little smoke. So, but this is one of my first vehicles out of all the ones I have here. It does have rust in the floor, and depending on how bad the rust is in the floor, somebody put sheet metal over the rust in the floor. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna conquer this one. I may put a new cab on it. Hell, I may put a double cab on it. This is my grandpa's frame. It's a really cool story on how I acquired it. I was taking a leak behind Shaker Racing one day, and I saw this frame that was sitting there that was full-time four-wheel drive. And I asked Alan about it, and he goes, yeah, I got it from this guy that we both know. And I knew that my uncle had done some trading with this said guy. So I called my uncle, and he told me that he traded this guy a frame and the motor and transfer case to this guy so he would get some rust-free body parts, because he was putting it all on an F-250. And this is my grandpa's truck, so that was not too cool for me, but hey. So I had to have this thing. So Alan let me have it at a reasonable price. I am going to plans for this truck. It was originally a 78 or 79. I can't remember which. It used to be a forestry truck, so that's probably why it was full-time four-wheel drive. My plans with this truck are to probably put a 71 body on it, because my grandpa also had a 71 from a long time ago. I'd like to pick up one that's light green that my grandpa had way back when, that is in pretty dang good shape, so I can keep it as is and not redo the whole entire thing. So hopefully I find a light green truck that doesn't have very much rust. Now, it was not a dually. It's not even a dually Dana 60 on the rear end. It's just wheels that somebody converted. So I put a Dana 60 underneath it. It was an F-150, and I converted the front to 8-lug. So as Shaker Racing calls it, this is a F200. So the plan with this one, like I said, is put up a truck on it that looks like my grandpa's old truck, and from the 1971, and be done with that. 69 Chevelle. I did pick up a 12 bolt for it. I need to get the coil. Brackets for it, so we can put them on the 69 Chevelle so I can pull it back home. The shop is going through some major changes. That's probably why I haven't done so much lately. It is a complete mess with pallet wood, and I'm using the pallet wood on the walls. I concreted up here so I could go ahead and move my benches all the way down here so I can get some more room, because evidently the guy that's supposed to be concreting for me is not coming back out here anytime soon, and the last 5 feet of my shop is causing me lots of dilemma out here. So I'm going to build another tub rack on this side, about 8 feet long. I'm going to finish up the pallet stuff in the back over there, and I got to figure out the door, how I want the door in the back there, and then finish pallet wall that whole entire back. I did the fan. I did a video on the fan. I've done videos on everything that I've been talking about today, so if you want to catch up, just take a look at my playlists. But the attic fan that I have up there is a lifesaver in the summer. It is awesome. As far as the hood that I got hanging up there, if anybody wants to send me their decal for any companies that they represent, I'll put them on there, and every once in a while I'll go over them in a video. That whole wall still has to be pallet wood. I'm going to take a break after I get done with that wall over there and the back wall, because I've got to put up insulation on the ceiling. And I am tired of doing pallet wood right now. Really tired. I needed a 5x5 section done so I could roll my benches further down to the wall so I have more room in my shop, because the guy that was supposed to come and finish the last 5 feet has not done it yet, so I'm kind of screwed. So I did it myself. 5x5. It's supposed to take 15 80-pound bags. It took me 17. I don't know why. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. Did I say it sucked? It sucked. As far as the Scout goes, we're getting a lot of work done on it over at Shaker Racing with Alan. I've been putting out a few videos on the Scout here lately, and there's going to be several more. I appreciate everybody for watching them. As far as the 1967 Impala, the 1967 has a 12-bolt rear end in it. It's got a LS swap in it. It has got the 4L65E transmission in it. Where we're at on it right now, I pulled the fast one on Jordan at Project Cheap. He was going ahead and putting the LS wiring harness in it that he had redone, and we were having a few issues with getting the coil packets to fire up. And while Here's that fancy Dakota digital gauges. It's about 1.5 inches thick. So if you're thinking you're getting your money's worth, I'm sure you're probably not. It's a, I was kind of disappointed when I saw how thin they were, considering how expensive they were. The transmission is hooked up now to the lever there, so that takes care of that. Parts are dwindling in here now. And of course, Willwood brakes back. And while we were debating this, I decided that the Holley system, the Holley LSTerminator system, was going to be a better fit for the car because it has a little computer monitor that tells you every single thing that could be possibly going wrong with the car. I'm going to be using the car for like the Hot Rod Power Tour, the Roadhardroadhouse run on Route 66, and I wanted to make sure that I knew what was going on with the car at all times. So that's why we changed that. So now we have got that in the car now, and we are chasing down some fuel leaks in the car. Actually, not me, but Jordan is, because I ran out of time on this project. So we got Jordan at Project Cheap working on it for me. But we are getting that there we go with we again. Hopefully we'll have the LS swapped 67 Impala back on the road. Now, as far as what I'm going to do with it afterwards, as soon as I get the car back, I'm going to need the interior finished, because if I go on any car cruise or whatever, I want to go ahead and have the interior done. The outside doesn't have to be done because the patina on it is not a bad thing whatsoever at all. Got a few mismatched panels, but I'm going to have a drive shaft built for about 450 horsepower. I don't plan on going over that in this car. I'd probably be around the 425 range next year when I put a cam and do some head work to it. Other than that, I don't plan on getting anything more than that with this car. Don't need it. It's going to be a cruise car, and that's the next step for that. So I'm going to get the dash painted, put the insulation on the floor. I got carpet for it, put it in the car. I've got the seats that are right over here that I'm going to go have redone in leather. That's as far as I got right now on the Impala. It is one of my mainstay cars. So Roadhouse is definitely, you're definitely going to see a lot of the Impala in the future on the Roadhardroadhouse. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, commenting down below. And as always, if you ride her hard, don't put her away. It sucked. It sucked. Did I say it sucked? It sucked.